Hey all, welcome back to Roll for Dexterity. I'm Kellen. I'll be showing you how to make your own lava fire pit. And please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Okay, so the first thing I did was carve out some foam and then slant your knife slightly on the side, and then that way you can go ahead and cut out what makes it look a little bit more like a rock, and it kind of meshes better with the actual what will be lava. And then you want to go ahead and cut off about an inch high of walls and just fold them and then glue them directly onto your actual piece. And once again, for walls I just use 1-ply cardboard, and I go ahead and use 2 corrugated cardboard for the actual base itself. Then you go ahead and glue your foam piece directly into the middle, and once it's in the middle you kind of dip into it with your knife and cut out 4 little holes if you want little lava pits, or however many you would like. And as you can see, it looks like that mine actually broke, so I went ahead and made use of that by cutting a crack into it. And you pour in sand, and once you pour in sand, you want to completely cover the bottom in glue. Just use a paintbrush. It's 50-50 glue and water. And then you want to go ahead and take your 50-50 glue and water after you pour the sand on. You want to put it right on top of the sand so that soaks down into the sand and hardens, and you barely get any sand that moves. And then around the outside of your walls, you want to do just a little thing of hot glue to seal all that sand in. That way when you move it, it won't fall out as much. And then you want to cover your actual piece in just regular glue, not 50-50, just regular glue. Spread that out. You may want to do 3 coats. I did 2 coats, and it still melted it a little bit when I ended up spray painting it flat black, and you actually may be able to see that, but it added a little bit of texture to it. And then after you paint it flat black, you want to go ahead and start with your actual sponging. Just take a sponge and cut it, or if you have little sponges, use those. And you just take some brown and you dab on the actual piece on the circular rock, which the players will be fighting on, and then you go around the entire area of the cave and you keep on sponging your material then. And then you want to do a lighter version of what you do, and you just mix that together. A lot of white and about half the brown of the white, as you see in the picture here. And you want to mix that, and for me myself, I was like, that isn't brown enough for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of brown. So I did, and mix that better, and then you have that wonderful chocolate ice cream look to it. That's exactly what it reminded me of once I actually finished. And once that is done, you want to go ahead and start sponging with the same sponge. You can just use the same brown sponge you used before. You can coat that, and this is where you can actually see the detail really start to pop. And you cover the entire outside and the inside of the walls just like you did last time with the darker brown. And you just completely circle around, and you cover the entire piece. And then you want to go ahead and take your light brown, mix it with a little bit of your brown, and just dab at the bottom area where you can see that line where the sponge didn't go all the way down. And it's okay if a little bit gets onto your lava, it's no big deal. We're going to cover that up with paint anyway. And if it shows through, it's just a little bit of texture, a little bit of like a little rock underneath floating to the surface. Okay. And then you want to take your colors, red, yellow, white, and then we're going to mix that to make it orange. So we start with the red, we go with the outline of the area of red. Because the way that I've seen lava work in like video games and online as I was kind of researching, you go ahead and it actually, the outsides near all the walls will be like the most red, and then in the middle it'll be more of a orange and then yellow and then a dab of white throughout. And so you go ahead and you trace the outsides of the red, and then you go ahead and trace the around the giant rock red as well. And just touch up a little bit here and there if you need to. And then you go ahead and you do your orange. We're not blending it yet. We're just creating lines of streaks at this moment. And then we go around the rock once again. And as you can see, it's looking like it could be something, maybe not necessarily lava at this point. And then you can always do your touch-ups. And then we move into yellow. And for me, once we add the yellow around both edges, this is where I'm like, okay, it's starting to look like lava. This isn't a complete fail. So we go ahead and go around the rock again. It's okay if the yellow touches the other yellow, because we're going to put white in between those. So no big deal. And then I filled in the rest with yellow, because I really decided that, oh, all I have is just a little dab of white that I need to do for it, so I might as well just fill in the rest yellow. And once that is completely finished, you're going to go ahead and actually add in your streak of white, which is usually like the hottest part of the lava. So that's added in. And now we want to go ahead and we actually want to start doing a little bit of blending at this moment. Just with the colors that you've already used. No special anything at this time. And once that is done, we're actually going to go ahead and start blending in a little bit more here and there. Kind of covering up the rock. And we do the exact same thing once we do the actual center pieces of the rock as well. And now we're actually going to start go ahead and blending this in, because it looks a little bit too uniform here. So we want to go ahead and make it look like that it's not just one giant color. And as you can see, my brother-in-law came and I was like, does this look good? Should I create a little bit more uniform, or should I make it more scattered? And he goes, lava's definitely more scattered, so you want to scatter your colors throughout and add a little bit of yellow and white in the redder areas, and just the opposite, the red added into the yellow and the white areas that are largely. So that's exactly what I did, and that really helped me be like, okay, this is legit. This is looking a lot more like flowing lava. So I add in those, and now I'm adding into the red, into the little yellow areas to kind of blend it all in together. And at this point, I'm like, oh, it's looking so great. I'm so proud. It's okay if a little bit gets on your rock. So here's what it looks like at this point. And then I went ahead and did the rock craters, which I thought looked really good. And excuse my bad camera angles, I'm not a producer. And then we're gonna go ahead and add little bubbles that look like they're about to pop. So you just do some hot glue and you just circle around, make sure there's no wisps. Alright. And then that of course looks great. And then we go ahead and we paint it. And I just did a dab of every color and just splashed it on there. And then there's our finished project. I hope you guys liked it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Roll for Dexterity. Today I'll actually be showing you how to make a giant lava pit, great for boss battles, or if you have the ability to walk on lava, or whatever you'd like to choose for that. And then on shit. Hey y'all, welcome back to Roll for Dexterity. Once again, I'm Kellen, and I will be showing you how to make a lava pit that looks great for boss battles. And then of course, you're definitely welcome to use it for what you choose. And if you would, always please like and subscribe if you do like this video.